Good old Surfshark, back again.
They are sponsoring today's True News, which means you can get a virtual private network anywhere. It does a lot of things. First of all, the thing that everyone always goes on about in all their ads is, hey, you can access content in other countries. If you do want to go to another country, watch some other countries' content. I know America's probably one of your favorites. You might be French, living in England, sort of like, where's all my French content at? Or maybe you're Italian.
Influencers in
where's
Dubai.
All my French content at? Well, now you can watch ITV, BBC, all these ones. They won't know because you've got a VPN in the UK, a virtual private network.
One good thing it does, if you're in a country with a censorship and that, you can get around it.
Right, how?
You know what I mean?
Oh, as in you can get around it, see the websites you want because the government can't go, oh, we're telling you what to look at.
Or if you're in,
look at what I want.
If you're in like North Korea, I guess.
Sure.
Probably be good if you're there.
I don't know if Surfshark's available in North Korea.
I'm just saying.
How many people are watching this video specifically in North Korea
Let
and
us know
going,
in the
bloody love a True News?
In the comments then.
Yes.
Sort of.
Hashtag North Korean loyal. That way you won't get in trouble with your own people either. You know, because if he sees that, he'll go, probably loyal to me. You can also just stay safe on public Wi-Fi. Public Wi-Fi is actually quite dangerous. I don't know if you've heard of this before, Brian.
Really?
Yeah, you know when you go into a station or a Starbucks or a cafe or something, people can get in there, take some of your personal details. Not if you've got this virtual private network.
No one can touch you.
Protects you.
Can't touch this.
Surfshark. Okay. Close. And Surfshark also offers one account that you can use across unlimited devices. And if you guys want it now, then there's actually an incredible offer to get you signed up. And I know what you're thinking. Tell me the offer.
I'll tell you the offer if you want. They'll probably want to hear it from me first.
Yeah, probably.
Because I'm the...
Well, it's got your name in it.
Well,
It's got your name in it.
I'm the guy that they all come to see.
I suppose they're all wondering then, what would that offer be, Brian? How can I hear that offer?
Well, I'll get to it, Laurence.
If only you could audibly express it now.
83% off with 3 months extra free, Laurence.
Oh, of course, you also need to use code Geordie at checkout and that'll get you this amazing offer.
But now, it's time for some True News. Welcome back to True News. It's the news that's true. And if you thought Jake Paul was annoying before, he's about to knock fuck out of an MMA champion.
All right.
Do you know what's mental?
His hair. We'll just say it. His hair is mental.
No, Jake Paul, he used to put a lot of effort into his videos. I think it's fair to say, whether you like him or not, the videos were pretty fucking mental.
Yeah.
Right? Now, it's just him in a nightclub with his mother. Sup, fucker.
Sup, fucker.
Now, he's just in a car, just like, yeah, I'm just gonna...
He realised you don't need...
He doesn't give a fuck
put the effort in. You don't need to put the effort in.
KSI, man. This guy is scared of me. He's saying, oh, we can't fight because of COVID. We can't fight because of COVID. Actually, now is the best time to fight. Go train in a gym since you can't do anything else. You can't go out to eat. You can't go to the movie. Train. Now is the best time to train, KSI.
JJ doesn't fight when Jake tells him. He fights when they agree, and they haven't agreed.
The one thing I will say, I know for a fact that JJ is not scared of Jake Paul.
Oh, he's told you.
I just fully believe it. He's just game as fuck, though. You've seen the way he fights. Like, he's not scared. He fought the bigger brother and he ran after him the whole fight pretty much. I think JJ just wants to do it in his own good time.
Sure, exactly.
Yeah.
And obviously Jake wants to fight.
I do credit Jake though. The guy is game and he's trying to have as many fights as possible, and that is going to put him in the best position when they do fight.
I really don't know what KSI is doing. I doubt that fight's ever going to happen. I'm just going to be fighting these MMA, these professional fighters, and my skill level just growing and growing and growing. I'm not gonna go back. I'm not gonna go backwards and fight a YouTuber who I'm just gonna kill.
I disagree. I get the logic from Jake in terms of the higher competition he's fighting right now is gonna make him better. That is a fact. But if the opportunity comes up to fight KSI, you will absolutely take that.
Yeah.
He's wanted this fight for years now. Jake clearly wants to fight immediately. That is clear as day. If KSI doesn't fight all year, and you've had 3 fights this year alone, 2 fights last year, whatever the fuck it works out at, you're going to be in a great place to have that fight. So I feel like you should just take as many fights as you can and see it as an advantage.
But you guys saw it yesterday. It's official. April 17th, Jake Paul versus Ben Askren.
This is how far this has gone. Jake Paul is going to fight a guy who was an MMA champion. That is insane. People have been able to discredit Deji, Gibbo, Joe Weller, and now Nate Robinson. They're not real fighters. They're not real fighters. This is a man who was an Olympic level wrestler, an athlete. Yeah, we're not just talking about someone who's never been in a physical confrontation and then did a few months of boxing. We're talking about a man who I think was over 20 MMA fights where he won titles in organizations. Whether he's a good stand-up fighter or not, I know it's not his strength. Obviously wrestling was his thing. You cannot take that away. This cannot be discredited.
Right.
Oh, you only fought, what, an MMA champion? You can't go, oh, well, you only fought a basketball. You can't do that this time. Love him or hate him, Jake Paul deserves credit for this.
Both these guys are doing really something for the community of funny-looking guys with fluffy hair.
Triller's putting on the show. There's going to be musical performances, crazy undercards. We're talking to different influencers, different boxers.
Yeah, he messaged me.
What did he say?
Do you want to be on the undercard sort of thing?
Wow, Deji. Jake Paul. Which one? Gibbo. You already done him up, so that's one under your belt.
Definitely not is the answer.
Yeah. Why?
I've been ill for about a month. I haven't been in the gym for 6 weeks. The main point, I don't want to be a boxer.
Right.
I just want to learn how to box so that I could be better at talking about. I think I'm currently doing 4 live streams a week. There's no way I can be like, say bye to all the staff and I'm just going to be a boxer now.
Yeah.
Thanks for the offer, Jake. But this is a hobby for me.
Yeah.
And respect what you're doing, I said. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Good luck to you.
Yeah, respect what you're doing. Essentially what you should have also kept as a hobby. Well,
I mean, the guy's making fucking millions now, isn't he? So fuck it. If I was going to get Jake Paul, Logan Paul money...
Fuck everyone.
Fuck the kickoff.
Right.
Fuck you.
Fuck long-term
Fuck everyone
dreams.
here. Gio, the lot of them.
This all started, back with Gib, when people were like, oh, Gib is the best. Gib is the best.
Bit disrespectful to Deji. Just completely wiping away a whole chapter of the boxing. Yeah, this all started with Gib.
Okay, all right, go on.
No, nothing relevant there before happened, I must say. Yeah. It's not like you went 6 rounds with Deji and Deji pushed you.
Deji's been... I don't know, he tweets out every now and then like, I want that rematch and all that. I'm like, just to be fair to Gib, the Jake Paul that Gib fought and the Jake Paul that Deji fought are all 2 different people altogether.
Absolutely.
Jake has leveled up so much in 2-3 years.
Well, we've just not seen Deji. How do you know?
Well, I mean, that's the point, isn't it?
That's where Ben Askren comes in. He's 19-2, has less losses than McGregor. He's a Bellator MMA champion, 2-time Division 1 NCAA.
He played FIFA as well. Great. That's brilliant. He made it to Division 1 as well. So he has got staying power.
In America, that means he's elite level wrestler, basically.
Right. Is he as good as Stone Cold Steve Austin, though?
We were talking to a couple different guys to make the fight happen. Dylan Dennis blamed his knee injury. Some other people had different other excuses. At the end of the day, Ben Askren had the balls to get in the ring with me, so we're making it happen.
Do you know what's a good thing about Jake? He's an agitator, right? He doesn't care who he upsets. So even though Dylan Dennis legitimately probably has a knee injury, Jake doesn't go, I respect that as a knee injury. He goes, pussied out because he had a knee injury.
He just turned up and pelted him with water balloons and toilet roll.
Yeah.
Speaking of agitating, he's been DMing Ben Askren's wife already.
The problem is when the wife replies.
She did that.
Why? Don't you? You're laying next. Play this out with me. You're Ben Askren. I'll be the wife.
What? What's
Nothing. Just a state wrestler messaging me.
Sorry?
Do you know this guy? Is it Jack Paul? Jack Powell?
I'm Jake Paul. I'm fighting him. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I'm fighting him.
You didn't tell me.
Yeah, we're gonna have a boxing match. Wait,
That's crazy.
what's he?
He's just sending me. It's a cut picture of his dick. Love you. Kiss, kiss, kiss. Beautiful. He's got a massive cock, by the way, dude. Absolutely fucking huge.
Now let us say hello to the man who will be fighting Ben Askren.
Is that love hearts on Jake's hand?
It sure is.
Imagine getting knocked out by a man with love hearts tattooed on his hand. That would...
Yeah, flowers.
It adds insult to injury, though.
You
Yeah.
have like a pretty little design. What's wrong
Pretty.
with that? That is pretty.
It's a rose.
Yeah, you do plenty of damage with your little pretty hands.
I think people don't like to give me props for my boxing ability, but deep down they're like, damn, this kid can fight. We were talking about 5 or 6 guys, MMA fighters, some celebrities, an NFL guy. And when it came down to the ink meeting the paper and then being like green lighting this and being like, let's do this, it turned out a lot of them weren't as serious as we thought.
I agree. I think there's probably a few MMA fighters out there who were all about it. They get the contract in front of them and they start thinking, what if I lose to the fucking YouTube kid? You become the meme of memes. And Jake is the biggest meme distributor of them all. The guy he's going to ruin your life a bit.
You would struggle to look Dana White in the eye if you did lose.
Mate,
You'd sort of go back and he'd go, I told you this shit. I told you don't go fight those fucking YouTubers.
Yeah.
And they go, I'm sorry, Dana. And he goes, no, you can't fucking come back. Go to Bellator.
You've got Dylan Dennis, for example. Jake Paul offered this guy $500,000 to fight him, and the fight didn't happen. Now, the guy's obviously got a knee injury. It does make you wonder: are people just going, "I don't want to be that guy"?
You have a McGregor moment and you go, I'll easily win this. You get in there, catches you, shit, you're fucking down, and you look like an 80-year-old man on the floor. When you're on the floor, it's not good.
He told me earlier today he predicts a 7th round TKO of you. What's your response to that?
Ben Askren literally went, yeah, I don't have a lot of power, so it's probably going to take us a while.
Yeah, that's mental.
I was watching it like, Ben, you're not helping.
Maybe Ben's just realistic, whereas, Jake's the more...
He is so honest, and he's just very matter of fact. Yeah, they sent me a contract over, so I just thought, well, got nothing else to do, and I need to get in shape, so probably should just do it.
But that's what they were hoping you would do.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing, though. I don't have to take
Yeah.
brain damage to make money, luckily, so...
You've already got enough of that.
My response is go Google Ben Askren striking.
Is it just me, or the more you watch Jake Paul, the more you like him?
This is the thing, though. I think a lot of people hate him, but when you understand that he's just embraced the villain, I appreciate it. He's the arsehole, but he knows what he's doing. Imagine the amount of shit this guy must get. I mean, I get a lot of grief on social. I can't imagine. Mike Tyson did an interview, and he was like, yeah, there's something wrong with this guy. I'm like, yeah, I think he might be right. Like, when Mike Tyson says there's something wrong with you,
that is a diagnosis.
He's completely unaffected by all of this shit. And also, under the lights, he really performs well. He's clearly studied the McGregor playbook of how to get in people's heads, wind people up, draw them into a fight.
I noticed on your Instagram, you only follow 2 people now, Triller and Ben's wife. Why is that?
She thick, bro.
If you're Ben's wife, why aren't you just blocking him?
He messaged her like, hey, baby. And she messaged back. She goes, I see you're selling your property in LA. If you need a realtor, let me know.
Wow.
And she just served him up so calmly.
I think there's an angle building here. Like, he'll do this for the fighting community. Do you feel like this is Jake Paul versus MMAs? Is Jake Paul versus the fight? Like,
just to be clear, every single MMA fan is right now chanting into some sort of Ben Askren doll, hoping that to give him their energy. Like,
you have a Ben Askren doll.
They all are praying that he knocks fuck out of Jake Paul. Jake Paul has got that same energy that others have used in the past, where he preys on the fact that everyone's rooting against him. Floyd Mayweather was the best at this.
Right.
Everyone wanted him to get knocked clean out, and he would make you think it could happen.
Right.
And then it wouldn't happen. I do wonder if Jake's on a track where, because he said so much shit, it's kind of dodgy to put that karma out there. Like, you could argue Conor McGregor recently kind of got what was coming to him for years and years. When you put that out there, it can backfire.
But nothing ventured, nothing gained, Brian. And this man is venturing a lot, and this man is gaining a lot. And you know what? Damn, I respect that.
It's really hard, this episode, isn't it? There's not really a lot, mate, to be honest with you.
There's loads.
I mean, we've got the Belle Delphine rape scandal. I suppose we can talk about it because we're like the only podcast who have not had her on, so we can be a bit objective on it.
We can stand back and go, look, we've not seen that in real life.
What is the whole pie here?
Yeah.
Not that pie.
Well, although that is part of the problem.
She basically used to be like an internet personality girl who would do OnlyFans, and then now, lately, she's just gone full porno with her boyfriend.
Or as we say, she chose to call a spade a spade.
She had her boyfriend dress up really weirdly. He's dressed up as like a teddy bear.
Did they play the teddy bear's picnic or dick pic? If you go down to the woods today, you're in for a big surprise. Your girlfriend's getting porked by a bear.
Oh, this is a different one. I'm just showing Lawrence Belle Delphine's video with her boyfriend. Mm-hmm. You can see he's sort of pushing in a dildo there.
That looked like a baguette.
This is our boyfriend dressed up as a fucking bear, right?
We've all done it.
It really does look like a baguette, doesn't it?
Yeah. I don't know why, but I feel like I want to go for a Subway.
They pull that footlong. They pull the rest of his outfit off, but they leave the teddy bear head on so he gets anonymity.
That way, when anyone sees him walking down the street holding his girlfriend's hand, they'll have no idea who he is.
So she dabbled in porn.
Right.
And then came her idea to be sort of consensually taken.
Right,
and,
okay.
Held down in the woods and stuff. I don't know where we'd find the images.
Well, I'm certainly not Googling them on my laptop.
So this is a picture which we can show.
Oh, the poor girl.
It's basically her being kidnapped, and a lot of people obviously were triggered by this because...
Why?
People who've been through horrible experiences like this will see this appearing on their Twitter feed and be like, you're sort of trivializing a very serious subject.
I'll read out some of these accusations. Belle Delphine dressing as a child, pretending to get kidnapped and, I'll just say, raped, and people simp over her. You need a psychological evaluation. Quite frankly, if you support Belle Delphine, you need to get help and be placed on a government watch list.
Her response was quite a detailed one. She actually gave a full...
So should we go to Belle Delphine Twitter? Twitter Delphine.
All my clothes I wear were made for adults, so the thing that people can comment on is maybe the fact that I'm wearing a dress. It's confusing for me.
Oh, I see. She went down the deliberately misinterpreting what people are saying route. Okay. So you know when you wear things that are sized for adults but they look like child clothes, that would still mean they're in the theme of child clothes. So you're not doing right there, Belle. All right? You've not quite nailed it. When things are baby pink and baby blue, there's a reason there were babies before them. Do you know what I mean? Because they're made for young little things, not things like you when you're being raped. It annoys me when people deliberately get things wrong and go, so are you saying that these clothes were made for children? No, we're saying you look like a child when you're dressed up in your stupid wigs with your funny eyes.
So she goes on and says, I consented to being tied up and having rough sex.
Yes, that's fine.
I am not apologising for anything. What I did wasn't wrong and much more normal than people think. One of the most common sexual outfits and fantasies, schoolgirl. If you wear that, are you promoting paedophilia?
No, because you're doing it privately in the comfort of your own home. You're not posting the fucking video online, are you, Belle? When you do something in private that other people can't see, that you can't monetize, and you're not selling to a band of paedophiles, then I can do whatever the fuck I want behind closed doors. But you're not behind closed doors, are you? Well, technically you are. The doors are closed when you're doing the filming. However, you're filming, and you're taking the card out, and you're putting it beyond the closed doors. Do I have to explain privacy to you? The front page of porn websites include fantasy scenarios of every different kind you can think of. Incest, stepmom, teacher. Now she's getting to the right point. Okay, so earlier on she says, I didn't do anything wrong, but then what she's doing is she's comparing to social taboos. It seems that Belle does understand, but is deliberately misinterpreting and not typing things properly.
Just because someone likes the fantasy of something doesn't mean they want it in real life.
Very good point.
That's a good point.
Good point,
Fair
well
play.
made.
She saved herself a little bit there.
Yeah, you did save yourself a little bit there, Belle, but I've still got to admit, if you're fantasizing over fucking a child or a likeness of a child, let's be clear here, it is a little bit unusual. Say that I said to you, Brian, you know, last night I got my partner to dress up as a dog and then we had sex. You wouldn't go, you loved fucking her as a woman. I'd go, no, I dressed her up as a dog because that was what I was thinking of. You worry that I wanted to fuck a dog in real life.
You're really
wouldn't
confusing me now.
Right, yeah.
She did dress her boyfriend as a bear,
yes,
just to be clear.
Yes. Now that was obviously, that's very different because bears are not sort of immediately in danger of paedophilia or beastophilia.
I must admit, if there's one thing I'd feel confident in is that no one's out there fucking bears.
Right.
They will claw your dick clean off.
Absolutely. Although it doesn't seem that you're au fait with the phrase from the gay community.
Oh yeah, that's right.
There are a lot of people out there fucking
You
bears.
think I would know, looking like this with the leather?
Here's that when he's walking around in London, doesn't he? Yeah. Especially when you put the mask thing on that you love. You know, the one with the zip.
It's the ball gag, actually.
Yeah. Sex is complex and explorative. Good point, Belle. But should always be consensual. Another good point. I post a lot of sexual stuff on my Twitter. You do. Here's where we're getting a little bit grey here, Belle, because it's for my OnlyFans. No, you said here, Belle. Now I'll be absolutely clear. Post it on my Twitter. That's a different platform to OnlyFans. One platform, public for everyone to go and talk on. The other one, where people go for wanky wanks.
I think some people who aren't aware of the kind of porns that are out there may have come across that because she posted it on Twitter and been a bit shocked. The reality is, she is a grown woman. All right, dressing the way she dresses, it's not my thing, but you know, she should have the right to do whatever the fuck she wants.
Whose thing do you think it is to watch a grown woman dress as a child? Whose thing is that?
Can I just say, I think maybe if she's gonna do that kind of content that mimics non-consensual or other forms of sex that some people might find traumatic, maybe bring back some memories, keep those ones off of Twitter.
Right.
You know, ultimately she can do whatever the fuck she wants, but maybe if she wants to avoid this happening in future, just watch what you're posting on social media and then keep the OnlyFans for the OnlyFans.
I wasn't in M&S the other day just checking out, having a little chat with the woman behind the bar, and I went, yeah, and I had some rape sex last night. Sorry, what was the... Oh, yeah. I was just mentioning it because I'm in public and I just like rape sex. What was the... So you're upset by that, are you? Well, that's not my fault. That's not my fault at all. I should be able to say rape sex to you and I should be able to do whatever I want in public. I can't say it in front of you now, can't I? I should be able to say rape sex and I'll say rape sex to everyone in Marks and Spencer, all right?
You do have neighbours.
Yeah?
We've got neighbours.
Rape sex, okay?
We have neighbours.
And you should all have to listen to that and scroll past it.
We do have neighbours.
Oh, sorry if that's triggering some of you who've had some sexual abuse in your lives. Oh, I'm the bad guy now, am I? Let me just check out my stuff and I'll be leaving with my rape sex, all right? Oh, you make me sick. I'm the victim here.
In other news, Zoella, popular YouTuber, obviously the queen of YouTube in England for many years.
Not anymore, though.
She's been up to no good.
Yeah.
Lawrence.
What's
Been peddling smut.
Keemstar says, Zoella has been criticised for years for trying to sell multiple different things to her fans. The biggest hate she ever got was for selling a calendar. Today, she's getting criticism for selling sex toys. Many are saying her fan base is underage girls. Yeah, I did see a bit about
Things
this.
have took a turn.
I saw
She
about
used
this.
to make wholesome content for the children. Now she wants you to bloody buy stuff off our website and shove it up your
Toys.
Disgusting.
No.
I think she's of an age now where her career's, you can't expect her to be boxed in and be the same young woman that she wants. So she's a grown woman now, you know, and she's bound to be fudding herself silly and bloody loving it. With a stud muffin like Alfie, he'll be all over that.
So having said that...
They've been together a long time as well, so you think this, got to keep it spiced up. You know what I mean?
Having said that...
I'm just literally imagining Alfie cracking a huge baguette in her.
Having said that, should Zoella have maybe preempted this pre-launch and gone, I do have some young fans, and in the next couple of weeks, I will be talking about sex. This isn't aimed at them. If you do see that, don't click it. Is that an idea, maybe?
Should we look at the dildos she's peddling? I don't know if we can show this.
Why not?
I mean...
It's not a penis, and it's not a phallus.
I mean
technically, it's definitely... Sorry, I'm wrong there. That's a phallus.
You do shove it up a hole.
Yeah,
so
but you could shove it in any hole, for instance.
Do you know what it is? We should be allowed to show this on YouTube. It's ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah, I can't see why we wouldn't.
It's a rampant rabbit G-spot stroking vibrator.
Right, now the main problem here is, right...
Well, there's no problem with it, Lawrence. It looks like a cracking bit of kit.
Yeah, have you ever used one of these?
I haven't, actually.
Right, okay.
Oh, I tell you what, women love those ones.
These
Bloody
ones.
hell, do they ever.
Well, there's a reason why they'd love them, Brian. It's called the Dream Wand Rechargeable Mini.
Oh, I don't remember.
That's the small one.
I don't remember Hermione having that one. I tell you.
Ex-Spunky Armus, am I right? Brian's got his own rage. The womanizer duo.
I mean, it's...
To be fair, it's both of us. You know.
Cliteracy lesson number 1. 4 in 5 clitoris owners reach orgasm via clitoral stimulation.
Never have I seen the word clit so
not
much in a sentence.
penetrative sex.
No.
I do love the idea. You know, if you fancied Zoella back in the day, now you can read this and think, she's been writing all of this.
Very few people
I bet she does her
fancied
own
it.
research. Oh, I'm taking these home for a
Yeah.
bit of market research.
Yeah, I don't think she'd ever announce it to the office. They'd always just go, where did that case of dildos that go? And they go, Zoella? And she'd just be gone.
She's in the toilet.
She's in the
toilet. Oh!
Good God.
Women are such complex creatures, aren't they?
Absolutely.
Like, with all due respect, girls, even you must look at some of this shit and be like, what the fuck am I buying here?
How do I?
Like, with men, we are so straightforward. You guys, you've got...
What, we could probably get some mittens, do you know what I mean? Little wanking.
Well, there's the obvious one, isn't there? There's just a thing that you just...
Fleshlight. Fleshlight.
You're spunking it.
That's disgusting.
Wash it afterwards.
Absolutely.
This looks like some sort of seashell you found at the beach with your grandma.
Yeah, you can imagine your grandma walks in and goes, oh, this is vibrating. I hear it's from the seaside. Oh, you can hear all of the waves. Mr. Lover. Hello, girls.
Where are you going with this?
They call me Mr. Manscaped Dick.
Is that the Lawnmower 3.0?
What this?
What, that one?
What, this over here? This is the Lawnmower 3.0, yeah. And with Valentine's Day coming around, there's going to be a lot of you thinking...
That's such a good idea, by the way. This is the hint that you've all been wondering about.
Right.
Okay? You're sitting there going, how can I tell my man that he's a fucking hairy piece of shit?
Right.
There you go.
And then
Happy Valentine's Day, you hairy bastard. Trim the balls, trim the arse.
And say you can also not trim the balls, but you want to trim his nose hair.
Life changer.
It's called the weed whacker.
Okay.
It's called the weed whacker.
Genuinely, get that up your nose, give it a little circular motion up there, and you are good to go.
Now, I'll remind you, these are two very different things. Nose, balls, and gooch. Do you want to do it in the shower? Sure, you can do that. They're waterproof. Up to 90 minutes that'll last you. So one charge, I don't know how many
You could
times.
literally do everyone in your households,
Yeah.
including your grandma.
Yeah.
So we've all seen them.
And not only that, but if you wanted to do that, so once the hairs are in there, sort of caught in there, you just unscrew it like that.
Tip it out.
Just give it a little, but then you just sort of go, Gran, you ready? And you're straight in, straight up there. Bang. That's the nose, not the...
You can get 20% off with our link, Lawrence.
Exactly, for Valentine's Day. And if you want to get that, the link's in the description, but I'll also tell you what the link is. It's manscaped.com/true.
20% off. Free ship. You're welcome.
Yeah, see ya.
One of my favourite UFC fighters was out, I think he was just getting some petrol, actually, as it happened. And he was stopped by a police officer. Where's your mask? Didn't have one. He's actually exempt. He's got the whole thing about why he's exempt, yada, yada, yada. Not important right now. The point is, the copper just wouldn't let it go.
Right.
He didn't realise he was talking to a UFC fighter either, I don't think.
Yeah, clearly.
I think the other copper did, though.
So Darren then went live on Instagram and thousands of people watching this exchange.
Just interested.
Well, sir, be interested, sir.
I'm told you that you're going to get issued with a fine.
You ain't issuing me with nothing. You ain't, do what you want. Let's go to court, whatever. You're a bully. You're a bully boy. You're a bully boy. Get out my car now. Fuck off.
Just to be absolutely clear, this is a very normal interaction in Liverpool.
You can say that because you've got.
I'm from Liverpool. I've got family in Liverpool.
Okay,
I'm
just to be
from
clear,
Liverpool,
that wasn't a dig.
It's a joke. Fucking relax.
Check what you want. Check it all. Check it all. Check it all.
I don't know if you can see here. The police officer in question isn't actually wearing his mask
Correctly.
at all.
Look at him. What? You're a loser. Never have a problem with police, right? Never. You see you. You're a bully boy loser.
Literally, look at the state of that man. He's actually having a go at anyone for not wearing a mask. The fucking idiot.
You are a bully boy loser. This is what you do. You go to gyms. You bully everyone in gyms. You're a bully boy, mate. Go away.
I think Darren is reflecting a mood at the moment that people feel a bit like oppressed by people, and the way that it's being enforced is not very.
But it's getting ridiculous.
Caring.
I think they got into that job obviously to try and stop the bad guys, but somewhere along the way, taking it upon themselves to just think that they can go up to anyone and do anything at this point. It's getting crazy.
Well, it is easier to stop someone who's not wearing a mask than a drug dealer, possibly. I'd say it's much easier to find them as well.
All right, you've got me details. Are you going to arrest me?
No, I don't need
So
to.
send the file wherever you want.
He's practically in his fucking car though. That's the thing. Like
Yeah.
that would freak you out a bit. Like
It's stopping him.
This is over. Obviously, Darren Till's getting fucking vexed right now. But the point is this is over him not wearing a mask when. Just to be clear, no one was around him. He's exempt. Like, the cop has actually come in to invade his personal space, not wearing his mask properly. Like, if we're led to believe that this is all about public health and safety, this copper is actually doing the worst thing you could be doing right now.
Yeah, this is really weird, isn't it?
Go away.
I'm going to check your tyres before you leave.
Do what you want.
I've already told you that I'm going to do it. Right.
Get off my door right now.
I need to move.
Get off my door. Go that way.
The fact that they're checking tyres and all this shit now.
You never know.
It's,
You can never be too safe.
It's
now,
just
that's what I was
desperate
saying.
though, isn't it?
Come on.
He is desperate to get him on anything. And that's what we're talking about here is this ain't police work. Remember when police work was fucking like catching bad guys and drug dealers and all this all. Now it's like masks too low. Like there's a clip I seen recently where they come into a house in Scotland. They've heard reports of people having people over. No, a daughter came home from hospital that day. That was the only thing. And next thing you know, the coppers are like pinning people down all because they were like, yeah, there's nothing going on here. What's the problem? Leave.
Get your fucking body out my fucking house.
Absolutely not.
Right now.
Again, I'm going to lift you for a breach of the peace.
Oh, just stop it,
In
man.
my house. Yes.
In my house.
Yeah.
I do not think so.
Oh, trust me.
What's wrong? What's wrong with you, mate?
Right, no.
Mum, no, please, my mum, no, my mum, please stop it, my mum,
When did you guys lose what you've became police? Like, there's so many good police officers out there. They're not all like this, but some of them have just lost their fucking way. Like, and this COVID shit, it's given them like license to act how they want because so many of our freedoms have been removed from us now. We're just sitting there like, all right, you can't do anything without someone feeling like they've got the right to arrest you now. Oh, you're outside.
To be totally honest with you, this is more for the kids. Like, I know I've always been very, I swear a lot on like interviews and fights and that, but I lost my temper with that officer because he was searching and fishing for something. Like, he followed me to my car, he wouldn't let me get in my car. He's just obstructing my night, wanting to do anything and everything. Like,
So what you can see there is Darren Till's actually just a very reasonable, nice guy most of the time. I know he's made a few mistakes.
Yeah, I mean, he's an MMA fighter, so there's obviously an edge to the guy. But like, I felt like even though he went off it and he probably wishes he didn't, that's the level that it's getting to around the world at the moment sometimes, where people just feel like there's no line anymore, there's no respect. Like, it's fucking crazy.
You can't do anything
Yeah.
without someone stopping you and going, why are you doing that, mate?
Yeah.
Something that was confirmed, I've got to admit, I didn't really know who this person was.
I've heard of her before. She's fucking like a big YouTuber or whatever, and she
Really?
12 million subs. She's basically a children's entertainer.
Hey everyone, it's JoJo. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, you guys. I am so excited.
I
It's
will
really-
not be showing my son this. I do not want my kids to act like this.
It just reminds me of, like, ironically, back in the day, this was kind of what Jake Paul and them were like, what's going on, everybody? Like, when they're trying to get attention for the kids and that, they feel like they've just got to scream at them non-stop, and it works, I guess, so maybe they're right.
Yeah, I understand that, although my son will just stop doing anything as long as you go, the wheels on the, he'll go, what was the...
So you guys, it's been so long since I've actually gotten to babysit someone, and I love babysitting so much.
You're not old enough to babysit someone. You are 17, but you look about 8. If this person turned up to babysit my child again, I go, nope.
She does dress very flamboyantly.
It's nothing to do with the dressing. It's to do with the fact that she is so jazzed. I'm like,
it's the bow, isn't it?
You, my love, are a little bit too jazzed to be sort of babysitting a child.
I must admit, I would be like, we're going to drug test you. Those are not A numbers.
No.
I'm just putting that right now. That kind of energy, we're not talking about A numbers here. We're talking about E's.
Test your piss, you know?
Today, I am babysitting the one, the only, Sienna.
Just to be clear,
Who the fuck is Sienna?
I'd be concerned at the level of enthusiasm for babysitting. What have you got in mind here?
That's exactly what I'm saying. Why are you coming into my home and more excited than I've ever been to be in my own house? Get out, guys! I'm so happy to be babysitting your child!
She's literally just swinging it going, well, this is fun.
Yeah, the kid's looking at you going, what the fuck have you left
Feels
me
like he's
with,
on
Dad?
a waltzer, this
Yeah,
kid.
exactly. Well, not only that, he's probably tripping out. He thinks Travis Scott's come to babysit him.
So Nick is my friend. He called me and he was like, hey, Jojo, I'm going on a date tonight with my girlfriend, Zara. Can you babysit Sienna for me? And I was like, 100% of course, I would love to.
How weird is this, right? That the video premise is a fellow influencer dad that this 17-year-old girl knows is giving his child to her so that he can go out on a date. This is content now. This is all fake, made up, obviously. But this is like, people are watching this going, oh, she's babysitting. No, she's not babysitting at all, man. It's just fucking weird.
It's not wrong, it just sort of feels off.
It feels off the fact that this dad's going, I know, I'll give my young daughter to a 17-year-old influencer to babysit for a video idea. He's the weirdo. Out of this whole scenario, this guy's the weird one.
Right.
And that's saying something.
And this is a woman...
she's dressed like that.
Right.
And she's 17.
In front
with
of a
fucking
unicorn.
unicorn behind her.
Right.
When I was 17, there were no unicorns around me.
Certainly not.
Just to be clear.
Yeah. Although, he did go to Newcastle. They were on your badge, so...
That's a seahorse.
Same thing to me.
The fact that this girl came out and anyone was surprised is the surprise. The girl's been giving us clues for years. Look at that. She's promoting the rainbow in a way that is... This is her house, by the way. This isn't a set design.
You're not... Okay.
She lives there, and this is what she's surrounded by. She's been dropping clues for the longest time.
Right. So what you're saying is, because of the way she decorates her house, you think she's a lesbian, Brian?
I'm just saying she's been hinting.
We're gonna make TikToks, we're gonna do homework, we're gonna play with dolls. She's probably gonna wanna play Roblox. I know she loves Roblox. We're gonna dance. She's gonna teach me how to sing. She's gonna play the piano.
This child might die from exhaustion.
This girl's putting energy into this video.
More energy than I think we've ever put into a video.
I would worry about burnout long term
so.
because this reminds me of, like, you know, Miley Cyrus.
Oh yeah.
Look at Miley Cyrus now. She hates her former self, who was basically this. She hates it so much that she's gone so far the other way. She's now taken every drug and dick in LA. Good luck to her, by the way. I'm not, no judging, yeah?
Yeah, just because you wish you were in LA.
She's cool as fuck. She's trying so hard to be the rock chick now because she hates what she was.
Right.
And what is the worry is, what are we setting this young person up to eventually feel the need to rebel against? I know some of this was her idea, but clearly people are pushing it as well in the background. There must be.
Yeah.
In order for her to develop the business she has at such a young age, there has to be adults around her supporting this and pushing it. I'm not that comfortable. That's all I'm saying. Like, she's a hard-working girl. At 17, I was like, yeah, I might study. I might get I had a part-time job. I was, I was dossing around. You got to have those years to find out who the fuck you are. Credit to her, don't get me wrong. She's making a hell of a career for herself and she's set for life. So there's that. I hope she takes a break.
Yeah.
I hope she now that she's come out, and she came out in a really funny way, to be fair to the lass.
Hilarious.
Obviously, my cousin got me a new shirt.
Right.
And this was her way of coming out. Now, credit to her. All my overall point is I think it's great that she's felt at such a young age the strength and freedom to admit who she really is. And that's a hell of a step. I hope the people in the background are also thinking about what she's going to need moving forward to grow up as an adult and not be fucked up by this. Because as someone who came into this weird internet thing and nowhere near the level of fame that she's got, as an adult myself, it's hard.
Right.
So I can't imagine how hard it can be when you're her age. And we've seen what happened to fucking Macaulay Culkin and all these child actors and that. They all end up fucked up. So they need to look after this lass, basically.
Yeah, because otherwise she'll end up looking like us.
Or worse.
Now, Brian, a question that affects both you and I. Should influencers be allowed to travel? This morning asked this very serious...
No.
Oh, it literally said, should influencers be allowed to travel?
Well, no.
Well, no, but it's a question.
Oh, so they're asking... Okay.
Yeah, you don't... Don't you answer it. Someone from your neck of the woods thought she'd defend herself while she was living out in Dubai.
Well, Sheridan joins us now live from Dubai this morning in the sunshine by a pool, something that the rest of us are just dreaming of at the moment.
Oh, she's not in England.
Loving life, and sure.
Oh.
It's not in the spirit of it, is it? When at the moment in lockdown, everybody is just wanting to, we're in this together. That's what it feels like. However,
Are we in this together when different rules for different people? Are we in this together when gyms and barbers are shut, but other people are allowed to open? Pub owners are getting fucked over. Philip and Holly are able to make a living. Are we in this together?
Are we in this together when Anthony Joshua fight, Mayweather can fly in the day before and be allowed to wander around without a mask? He's not got an exemption, by the way, just to be absolutely clear. I know someone who couldn't let many people go to their funeral. That's quite sad.
Are we in this together when people are saying goodbye to their loved ones on FaceTime?
Yeah. I feel like some of us are in it together, and then there's the millionaires.
What I understand is my job. So my job is to motivate people.
This one was probably the worst representation of, first of all, your yard.
I don't know where she's from before you put that on me.
Ooh, you telling me she doesn't have an accent that came around your bits? And secondly, this woman definitely isn't a representative of influencers out there, all right? I doubt she's ever had an Amazon Prime
Let's
deal.
be honest, a lot of influencers have fucked off to Dubai in the last few months.
Yeah, but
she is, isn't that right?
we haven't.
We've got the kick-off.
Yeah, exactly. Well,
I'll be honest, if I could have done it, I would have.
Really?
Why the fuck would I want to stay in England? I can't fucking do anything yet. Shit.
If I was going to be lazy, if I was going to sit back, if I couldn't be bothered to provide a service.
Thank God she's providing the service. I know that when I'm in lockdown, I think to myself, God, I just need to see a woman on a camel. Oh, if only I could see a woman on a camel, it would make it all better. Oh, God.
I would love nothing more than to do that.
That was essential. What you posted there was essential.
He does make a good point. Riding a camel is not essential, although when you're in the desert, it is absolutely essential. So what they're missing out here, Brian, is that
it's the way of life out there.
It's a way of life.
When in Dubai,
ride a camel.
I mean, there's loads of videos on my Instagram. Obviously, that was just the one me riding a camel. But you know what I mean? I think if you ever had a look at my Instagram, you'd see workouts. But I think in a world where you can be anything, be kind.
What's that got to do with this? In a world when you can be anything, be kind.
I think she got it off Steve Bartlett's Instagram.
Probably. She's actually wearing a little hat.
Shout out, Steve, if you're watching.
Can I just say something? When you say be kind, like when we see how stretched the NHS is and those nurses that are working really, really hard, and all they are saying is, please stay home, do the right thing, stay home. And you're saying, be kind. Are you being kind to them?
With all due respect, I don't know what the NHS nurses have got to do with anyone out in Dubai right now.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
What the fuck is, like, if you're going to criticise the girl for going to Dubai, come on, Holly. It's an open fucking goal, man.
Come correct.
She's gone out to Dubai. There's so many things you can have a go at her for.
Yeah, address sense.
Putting this strain of the NHS on her. I'm sorry. You interviewed Boris Johnson and the pair of you got on knees and sucked the man off, took selfies with the guy. This is the man who is responsible for the state of the NHS right now. The man who's telling us, let's help the NHS by not being around each other. Meanwhile, the same Conservative Party have underfunded it for decades. And you piped him off, but then you're having a go at this fucking girl who's off in Dubai about the NHS. You fucking scab. Yeah, she's ditzy, she's stupid, she's out in Dubai living life, and I get people don't like that, but you had your chance about the NHS with a man who can actually affect it, and you fucking piped him off. So shut the fuck up about it with her.
Now, Brian, this is about to get very technical. Keep up, okay? GameStop. It's a shop, right? Kind of failing at the time.
In America.
You kind of have similar things in England. I think they sell like sort of old computer games, that sort of thing. Not doing particularly well.
Well, why would it? Everything's online.
Right. Now, these guys have obviously got shares out there in the public so that people could invest in them, right? Now, there's obviously a lot of people who want to invest in shares, but some people do this thing where they bet against the company doing well, and that's called shorting. It's quite a simple idea. Big hedge funds go, we'll bet that these guys do bad and that their price goes down. It basically makes you money through a series of complex trades.
Realistically, considering it's like Blockbuster, but for gaming, you'd have thought it would do bad.
Right. So now Reddit picked this up, and it's a very specific Reddit page called Wall Street Bets. Basically, a load of random people who aren't particularly trade savvy, should we say, get together and go, on my own, I've got a couple of $100. But together, we have a lot of dollars. So if we all do things together...
We can beat the system.
We can beat the system. We can make money. What they were pissed off about was the fact that hedge funds had chosen to short GameStop. And so they wanted to do the complete opposite and make sure that the prices for GameStop surge. They did that, and some people have become multi-millionaires on the other side of this because they invested. I think it could be up to 10 times more in value than it was.
So this is similar to what happened, well, kind of what they used to do on Wolf of Wall Street. They play the game and they control it, don't they?
Right. Right.
From both sides.
Yes. So they control these stocks and shares, and they're still doing it, and people are still making money off it. Now, it's a fake bubble which could burst at any moment. We don't know when it will burst. But the fact is, there are people making millions of dollars out of this just from investing in GameStop, which is now, by the way, a Fortune 500 company.
This is weird, though, because why the fuck am I going to GameStop to buy games?
No.
Why would I bother?
You're not. The point is, it's not actually a company that's really worth investing in. But these guys on Reddit fucked over these people who short positions because they thought, hey, these guys, the only people really fucking here are hedge fund managers. And hey, let's face it, none of us like hedge fund managers. If you're trying to get in on it now, I'll tell you now, you're a little late because the prices have gone very high. You don't know when it's going to burst. Don't invest. But if you invested a couple of days ago, there's one guy on YouTube invested $50,000. He's up into the millions of dollars that he is getting as a return.
I really need to get onto this.
It's unbelievable. I can't believe you're not doing day trading. You don't have the time. I get it.
I'm too busy learning poker, boxing, doing the kickoff, the knockout, True News.
Yeah.
Do the podcast.
The point is, though, day traders beat the pros. And that's all that matters here. People like you, like me, we don't normally make a lot of money on this sort of thing. These guys made money.
They smashed it.
It's fucking sick. It's fucking great.
Right, folks.
He's edited.
Disclaimer.
You cannot buy this burger in the UK.
Can I just say, has Dave left the country to get the burger, brought it back in with him? Because I hope he knows he's responsible for the NHS struggles right now.
Yeah, and I think in many ways we all are. But in a world where you can be anything, be kind.
I'm doing something a little bit different today. Well, I'm not doing anything different, am I really, June?
Oh, I'm doing something a bit different. Well, it's not different in any way.
I'm just eating food and reviewing it.
Yeah.
I go through the internet looking for different new foods that will be out in the country so I can get there and review them. What I do is I go on there and I look at places like I won't give you my secrets away.
So what I do...
I Google it, is what he's saying.
Do you mind if I don't tell you, actually? Because I'd just rather keep that to me.
You Google it.
What we don't want, just a thing for Dave right now, no one cares where the fuck you got all of the information. We only care about you. That's the only thing we care about.
You Google it.
Anyone can review food. It's the way you do it.
It's what I love
Give
about
your
it.
secrets out. Let them try to copy you. No one will match you. You can't out Dave a Dave like Dave.
No.
That's not happening, Dave.
In a world where you can be anything, Dave, be Dave.
Right, McDonald's. It's McDonald's and China. They've got together, and what they've done this, folks, right?
McDonald's and China have chosen to do a collaboration. McDonald's went, oh, China. Do you think we do
No, I
collaborate?
do like the fact that when they launched the burger, it says McDonald's X China.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
McDonald's China offers a burger featuring Spam and crushed Oreos. The announcement on McDonald's China website described the taste of the Oreo and Spam burger as tender and juicy. Sounds like you, June.
Hey!
So we've got Oreos, we've got Spam, Spam. Lean out.
He's actually making the Spam and Oreo thing. Right.
I'm worried now.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to try and be a little bit more ingenious.
I know that's what most geniuses say. I'm going to try and be a little bit more ingenious.
It's not, when you think of genius, though, you don't imagine this being the image that you see, do you?
Well, no, of course not. But that's because Dave's pointing a camera at a counter with 2 pieces of Spam in between untoasted bread buns.
Right, so here we go then, folks. Let's tuck into the Chinese Spam Oreo McDonald's burger made here in the East Midlands by the Fat Lad and Junie Baby.
I predict that's going to be quite nice.
That can't be nice.
I don't know.
He's tasted that many things now. His taste buds have just gone. He's a wreck.
Yeah.
It's gone to mental.
He doesn't.
It's just mental.
This has gone to mental.
No Spam, mayonnaise, and Oreo in a burger, and this man's going, I don't know. What are we going to do next? How a bit of corned beef in a fucking caramel in a fucking sandwich, like
that actually does sound amazing. If anything, what you've done is you created a better sandwich than what Dave's made.
Well, no, but this is mental. That was True News. I think we've given you enough for 1 week.
Congrats.
It'll be back soon.
Congrats, you've got it.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Hit the like button. All of that. We're on Twitch all the fucking time now. Check the socials. It's free. Subscribe to us on Twitch if you want as well. You can. That's just a little donation monthly you can give us if you want to support the kickoff and the knockout and all
still
of that.
watch for free though. Even if
you still watch for free.
Still watch for free.
It's just up to you, innit?
Yeah, exactly. You can do as you wish, but if you want to help the show, it's fine. We're not saying you have to.
If you haven't already, hit the like button. Subscribe to the True Geordie YouTube channel, and we'll see you later.